Welcome to Cards on Blast. Now, here's your hosts, JT and the Bird.
Welcome into Cards on Blast, episode number 11. You are hanging with your guys, JT and the Bird. Hey, thanks for spending your time with us today. We are talking NBA in lieu of the NBA Finals going on right now. Oklahoma City, Indiana Pacers, two small market teams making a name for themselves. I like it. Gives me hope for my small market team. Bird, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, I'd love to have hope for our small market team, but I'm not sure that hope is as strong as with the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is tied 1-1 at the moment.
Yeah, so. Tied 1-1 at the moment. We're smoking on our hopium over here. Eventually, one of these days, maybe we'll get, you see that right there. We'll get those guys deep run into the playoffs. But you know what? Hey, we're talking NBA. We're going to share some cards. We've got the what you got in the stack. We're going to be cracking a pack. We even got, what else do you got, Bird? You got something special, right, up your sleeve?
Yeah, I got
something non-NBA related. I
do have non-NBA related because my
okay.
NBA polls this week were awful. So,
okay.
I went with something a little bit different. And also want to thank the people that are our new listeners from last week. Had a little bit of audio with some guests in-house, but overall, pretty good show, I think. I've got good positive feedback from those who've listened. So
good. Yeah, they were very informative. Thank you to Jason and Isabella for coming on. They were awesome, man. They can come back anytime. We will get this audio thing squared away. Say no to Bluetooth, Bird. It is not our friend in the audio world. It is very convenient, yes, but it is very, very bad for audio, just FYI. So in lieu of that, let's just go ahead and get into our hobby headlines for the week so we can go ahead and get this kicked off talking your NBA.
And now, hobby headlines.
So we've had quite some price changes here going on in lieu of the NBA playoffs, probably because of it a little bit, I'm sure. But also some of these people on the list, I'm kind of wondering why the cards are going the way they are. Maybe you can chime in here and give us your opinion on why some of these cards would be going up or going down. But number one on the list of cards, price change increases is Tyrese Haliburton. You guessed it. Guy's killing it in the playoffs right now. It's a Sacramento heartbreaker for us, up and down. Every time I watch the guy play, it's kind of sad because we had him, man. We had him.
We did, but you know what? His finals haven't been quite as impressive as he was in the other run, at least for the first two games. A lot of role players around him have been contributing and keeping their games close and even getting that one win for the Pacers. But the obvious reason he's gone through the roof is because he's been an absolute stud in the playoffs.
Right. Well, this is kind of what he does. Like, he'll be a stud one game and then kind of fall off another game. You know, that's where you get that 15 kind of points per game thing. He'll score 31 and he'll score like 6 in the other game. So, that's kind of who he is. He's kind of shown that. Maybe he'll grow. He's still a young guy. But getting to the NBA Finals, getting through that grueling East, man, I got to give it up to the kid. And I can see why his cards are going up in value right now. So it's up to you. You want to hang on to him, see if he continues to go up, continue this ascension. It might happen. But right now, it seems like he is at an all-time high for sure. Next on the list, we have Allen Iverson going up 11%. The only thing I could think of why this is going, he just turned 50 the other day.
Okay.
All right. I did see that online all over social media. Allen Iverson, yes, is now 50. You're welcome to get you to feel old. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you felt my back right now, you know exactly what I'm feeling like. Next on the list is a very surprising one as well. Karl Malone.
Yeah, I was actually shocked to see Malone going up. There was some controversy about him and behavioral issues that kind of drove him down and out. But, who knows? Maybe people like the mail again. I don't know.
The mailman. Yeah. Is, overall scuzzball, I would say, and some of the reports of things that went on during his NBA playing career. Hard to believe that he's up 10% on his card. So you got some Karl Malone cards. Might be the time to get rid of them if you're just not a fan of his actions off the court, which most of us, I'm sure, are not. Jalen Brunson up 9.5. That's
easy.
Yeah, you can see why, right? He made it to the third round of the playoffs.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals. Thank you so much. Jonathan Kuminga is up. I wonder where the heck this is coming from, because Jonathan Kuminga, I mean, he's not a great player. I think there's even rumors of him going to another team. So maybe this is why that little sudden boost. Maybe he's going to get, people are anticipating maybe more playing time, more production out of him if he gets somewhere else besides Golden State. That's kind of an odd one to me.
Yeah.
And then to top off the going down market, we have Mr. Cooper Flagg, which is very odd as well. Why would he go down? He hasn't even been drafted yet.
Well, I mean, he's been drafted, but he's, the hype around him was so high coming out of college that people just bought and bought and bought and bought. And it probably just a little bit of market correction, with people going, oh, okay, well, maybe he's not worth quite this much right now. And so people are kind of seeing lower values being sold there on the market. That would be my assumption is what's happening with him currently.
Yeah, it's super weird. Maybe once they actually call his name out at the NBA draft, number 1 overall, that frown will turn upside down for you people. So I don't think maybe getting rid of his cards because he's going down right now is a good idea. That's just me personally talking. But we also have, looks like Julius Erving going down about 10%, which is very weird.
Random for Dr. J. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. J, man. Classic. Come on. How are you going down in value? Mikal Bridges going down in value. Paolo Banchero, which I heard at the beginning of the year was going to be a very hot commodity, maybe kind of simmered down since then. And also Carmelo Anthony is down. So that rounds out your top and your bottoms of up and downs for this week. We'll keep you posted on any other ones that may come up. We did have a Tyrese Haliburton rookie card that recorded in Golden Auction ahead of the finals, sold for now this was a PSA 9, sold for a record $119,650. Now this is a 2020-2021 rookie card, Prism Black, 1 of 1. So I can see why it would be that expensive, but sets an all-time high record for Tyrese Haliburton cards, and this probably has something to do with that jump up, I would assume. That's a lot of money.
I mean, people that are buying this card for $120,000, this is all I got to say is, I'm giving you the choke symbol like Tyrese did, because that's insane. I mean, the guy's good, but we're going to talk about some other cards later about some all-time greats, a little foreshadowing, as I like to do. But it's just, I don't get it. I don't get the this size number on somebody that's really had a year and a half of being a good, even great player at this point. But
the leader of the team, basically.
Yeah,
his team.
I don't know. It seems like a lot for.
Right.
I mean, I get it's a 1 of 1. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the only reason.
Maybe.
But it seems like a crazy amount of money to do for a guy that, if you really look at his whole career, has really only been pretty successful the last 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, good looking card. I may have this regular base card, the Prism.
Right.
I doubt it. It's nothing close to worth that value, but yeah, if you got just buckets and buckets of cash laying around, might as well invest in something. And if you like Tyrese Haliburton, there you go. Maybe you can get in on the next auction when this guy realizes he spent way too much money on it.
On a good note, at least he's in his Kings jersey.
He is. Yes.
Yeah.
At least.
So.
Yeah. Give me that sad reminder. Let a little tear run down my face here. Just before the playoffs, a 2018-2019 Panini National Treasures rookie patch auto of SGA sold for a record $128,100 at Golden Auction. So this is a Beckett 9.5. Looks like it's a patch with an auto. National Treasures rookie. So we'll throw it on the YouTube. Everybody get a good glance at it, of course. Pretty cool card. I mean, SGA, MVP. I can see why he now hit that kind of that 5-figure mark, man. You win an MVP, that's a completely different story than, betting on Tyrese Haliburton to maybe be the next MVP.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at SGA's numbers in the finals, I think he had 38 in one game and 32 or something in the other. I mean, the guy's just a machine. On top of his just general ability, but he gets to the free throw line all the time, and he's the guy.
Right.
You look at him and it's the eye test, and you just go, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, I love watching him play.
He's there every night. He doesn't have up and downs. He just has ups.
Right. I really
his
get a
downs
sense
are in
of
the mid-20s.
Kind of Kobe-ish from him. He doesn't really have a killer mentality, I would say, or it doesn't even seem like he has like a mean side to him. Maybe he will eventually get that, but the guy's just calm, cool, collect, goes about his business, does his work, and he's getting rewarded for good play. Not to mention he's got some good teammates around him. I'm a big fan of Chet and Jalen Williams. Those are my guys right there, and unsung heroes for sure.
Yeah, and he's definitely. I heard somebody talking the other day about the chemistry on that team is very, very rare in the NBA, and just how close those guys are. Just in general, as far as teammates and friends, and they're like brothers.
Right.
So I think that contributes a lot to their team dynamics and their ability to succeed and excel.
Work always goes better when you like the people you work with, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah, it has to. There's no doubt about it. Fanatics is to unveil a $200 million Museum of Greatness card memorabilia exhibit at the Fanatics Fest in NYC. We did mention this a few weeks back about the Fanatics Fest going down in New York. Well, it looks like they're going to be opening a museum full of cards and memorabilia for year 2 of the huge Fan Fest event. It's bringing some of the most valuable and most coveted sports cards and pieces of sports memorabilia in the hobby. There will be relics, cards, jerseys, all on display as some of the most notable names in sports history, including Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Shohei, just to name a few. Do we got your attention yet? Are those some big names? I'm pretty sure those ones got your attention. So if you ever make it out to New York, go. If you're a memorabilia sports card fan, this might be the museum for you. So maybe Las Vegas, you go to the Tom Brady one. You're in New York, you go to this Fanatics one. Seems like a pretty cool thing. I'd love to go and just check out a bunch of cool sports memorabilia, man. That'd be a good stop there in New York, I think.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun to just even if you can afford to buy stuff there, just to go through it and enjoy just seeing all that.
Brother, we're not going to be able to afford to buy anything in there. It's
there's going to be some stuff that's available, but nonetheless, it's fun being around like-minded people that enjoy the world of collecting and, definitely are there for the same reason. It's the same reason I'm going to try and drag you out to a Pokemon festival this weekend so you can check that out.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, there's one this weekend.
Oh man, I got so much to do this weekend. Maybe we'll see.
It's Father's Day weekend, and one
is.
of my kids is gone at a volleyball tournament, so it's me and the little guy, and so I got to find stuff to do.
Well, I am already golfing on Father's Day.
Nice.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to myself. I actually spend it. My buddy I golf with is kind of like my new surrogate dad. He's about that age range. And
yeah, I know him.
Yeah, you know Big Mike.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, good dude. He deserves some attention on Father's Day. I'm not going to get into why, but he definitely has helped me through adulthood, I would say, in learning things. And hell, man, he made me a pretty damn good golfer too. So can't be mad at that at all. We do have some new releases coming up this week. Releasing on 6/11, we got Panini's Contender Football. It's the 2024, so don't be fooled. That is still releasing this year. I did pick up a pack of that, Bert. I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. Not a big fan.
Yeah, you'd say you'd send me a text after you got them, and you just weren't overly impressed with it.
Nah. Yeah, could have probably did without it. But you know what? You gotta you got to dip your toe in the pool to see how it feels, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
As we mentioned last week, Top Series 2 baseball comes out on the 11th as well. Now, I did find out, Bird, they look exactly like the Series 1. They literally look exactly the same. Some of the refractors and whatnot are going to be a little bit different, but all in all, the card has the same design on it. So,
gotcha. So, yeah, go ahead.
No worries. 6-11, we also got, these are all 6-11, man. It's a big day. Top Series 2 baseball. Oh, I just said that. Sorry. Scroll, Joe. Scroll. 6-11, we got 24-25 Upper Deck Hockey coming out. Ooh. Maybe?
I can't wait.
I know, right? Like, I saw you beating yourself up trying to pronounce those names of that last hockey pack you got. That was straight comedy.
I did. I'm still working on trying to get us a hockey expert on the show. 1 week, we got a guy at a local shop that said he'd be up for it. I just got to get scheduling worked up with him.
It would help because we are not hockey experts. We are not. We do have 24-25 Topps Chrome basketball Breakers Delight. Now, I've never heard of this product, but if it's Breakers Delight, it's probably expensive.
I don't know. You probably throw it on some cardboard and spin it around or something.
Maybe not that kind of breaker, but I got you, man.
Okay. That reference hit with all of our folks over the age of 30. Everybody under 30, I apologize for going over your head.
Looks like some Pokemon cards will be released. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be just kind of a collection box coming out related to the new set, the Destined Rivals, and then it looks like there's build and battle deck. That's for people that want to utilize the cards from that set as a actual play deck. Neither one. I mean, they could be fine. I don't know. I'm really at this point waiting for the new sets in later July. I've seen some previews of them. They just look way better.
Is it that white and black?
Yeah, the black bolt and white.
Yeah, those are cool.
Or something. Yeah,
those were cool. I have to agree. Super cool.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to go through all these new releases. If you want to find out everything that's dropping, if you're into a different kind of card, please go find it. But we're giving you what we think you want. So we are also releasing some Yu-Gi-Oh. Bird, you're a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? At least you know about it. Me,
I do.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh was, it's probably number, I don't know, 3 or 4, probably 4 in the collection world. You got your sports cards, you got your Pokemon, your Magic the Gathering, and then you got Yu-Gi-Oh hanging out somewhere below that. Really cool artworks, really cool cards in general. We may take a look at, a card or two here on the show at some point in time. I do have quite a few, so I could probably bring in some old school stuff, some new school stuff. Maybe we'll do a Yu-Gi-Oh episode and talk about that.
Well, when the targets are just bare of everything, as I've been seeing lately, it's been pretty bad. I still see some Yu-Gi-Oh packs sitting up there and Lorcana ones.
Yeah, they're definitely not to the level of the other sets. The other things go out there right now. I think Lorcana is probably more popular than Yu-Gi-Oh now, maybe. Problem is Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have a lot of young followers. There's not a lot of kids that know how to play it because the game itself is complicated. There's small essays on every card on how they work and the things you can do with them.
God, you got to read.
So,
oh my God.
Yeah, a lot, and it's a lot of reading too. But I do know some people that are some spots that do Yu-Gi-Oh locally. So maybe I can get in touch with some folks there and see if we can get somebody on and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh more efficiently than you and I.
Yeah. Make me do a little research, man. And then something I'm interested in here, which kind of tickling my twine at the moment on 6/16, we've got Topps Marvel Chrome Hobby and Blaster boxes releasing. So I might have to pick up some of those. Maybe we'll do a comic book episode. I crack some packs of that on here. I think that would be fun. And I'm all into comic book stuff. So especially Marvel,
Right. Yeah, no, and I'd be interested to see how they come out. The artwork's just getting better and better on cards, and I imagine Marvel's no exception to that. And creating these great cards.
And these are Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the Thing card you bought a few weeks back that you showed off that you got that PSA 9 in. Was it 8 or 9?
It was Wolverine, buddy.
Oh, Wolverine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Wolverine.
My apologies.
No, I like Thing, but I like Wolverine.
Yeah, no, I have all 3 of them, so I get confused on. Or 3 out of the 5 from that hologram set. So I my brain was like, I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah,
but
you're good. You're good.
anyway,
but yeah, I think it was.
But
I
that
think
was
it's
a
an
cool
8.
card back in '92.
It's right up there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, there's a couple off there because we're doing a little sharing today, so I had to pull some off of the rack to possibly share what we got in our stack. So, but hey, before we get to that, before we get to our main topic, I got some packs sitting here getting warm, man. And I've been sitting on that mega box, or what was that? The hobby box of the football Phoenix. Yeah, I've been sitting on that. I haven't touched it. I'm a good boy.
I know. I'm so impressed.
You know how hard this is, man? I think we might even, if we crack 2 packs in like a few weeks and just do 2-pack, we'll probably be at football season by the time the whole thing's open. So maybe that's the new plan. But from here on out, we got some packs we're about to crack. Bird, let's get into it, my man.
Time to crack that pack, where we open a pack live.
All right. Hopefully Bird got the assignment right and is at least cracking some packs of, something on theme here. No?
I did. No,
what?
I have 2 basketball packs here. I have a Donruss and a Prism to open today.
Nice.
It's funny, while I was listening to the theme on that, I was thinking JT could use a segment called Crack That Back, because you're having some back issues today.
Dude, putting my socks on this morning was I think my puppy thought I was actually dying. I really think she thought I was dying. It hurts
we'll get you
so
that.
bad.
Maybe get you that little sock helper thing where you put your sock on it, then put it on the ground, and you can like slide it up with like tongs.
What is this magicalness? Yeah, I need something of that sort. Like
I don't
today.
know. I've seen an infomercial for it. I'm not sure what it's called though.
It's not on Prime.
Right.
I won't be able to get it today. Right. So
are you feeling Donruss or Prism first?
You know what? Go Donruss, because I'm here. I got a whole blaster, not a whole blaster box. I've already opened half this, so there's 3 packs left. But there's only 4 cards per pack on these.
That's
so
correct. Yep. That's
yeah. What's your pack holding there?
It's only got 4 for the Prism as well.
Got it. So I think that should work. Go for the Donruss first, buddy.
All right,
we'll just keep all the Prisms with each other. So, and I know that Donruss is going to have a lot more cards in it. You're probably getting 20-something cards in that pack, I'm guessing.
No, this one's only 8.
What?
Yeah.
Are they like optic? Or are they just regular Donruss?
They're just regular Donruss.
Interesting.
So
they had more cards in that pack.
Let's see what we got. All right, we got one of your favorite players to start us off, Mr. Lou against Dort. Lou Dort, baby.
I'm getting more respect for Lou Dort every time I watch him play, though. The guy is a lockdown defender, man. I think he made first team all defense, I believe. So, hey, accolades cannot hurt those card markets, people.
All right, we got a Malik Beasley from the Detroit Pistons. The old man himself, Chris Paul from the San Antonio Spurs. By the way, I understand he's trying to move somewhere closer to home so he can spend more time with the family.
And what would be home to him? Is that... I don't know. Unless we specify where home is, we don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear that in the highlight error. Sorry. I just thought I'd drop that tidbit.
The Kings need a point guard. They need a point guard. He could be a bridge point guard.
Maybe he's local. I got to see Steph Curry this weekend, by the way, too. That was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was at his daughter's volleyball tournament. So
nice.
He's a good dad. He's out there.
He's a nice guy. Just in general, he's a good dude.
That's everything I've ever heard about him.
Yeah.
So
just don't like his jersey.
Right. We got the guy from Miami, Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Nice.
Triple J. No
card, right?
I don't think so. No, this is 23-24.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we got Brandon Miller of the Hornets. We got Kyle Anderson of the Warriors. And our first rookie is Mr. Ryan Dunn from Phoenix.
Got a lot of his rookies.
And then we got that team that got the first pick in the draft.
Boo.
Dallas Mavericks.
Boo.
And we have Mr. Klay Thompson on the green laser.
Okay.
It's a laser. It's lasering.
I like those green lasers, but I feel like they're just a dime a dozen.
Yeah, they're pretty much commons at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that was that for Donruss.
Okay. Thank you, Donruss.
Shall we go into the Prism?
Go into the Prism, buddy. Let's see what 4 cards you come up with. Usually your best card's going to be the third card, is what I've come to find out in Prism Pack. So you might want to take that back one and flip it to the front.
I would love to do that. Let's let's hope there's a black in here that I can get 101. That'd be good.
Ha!
All right.
Good.
We got Mr. Benjamin Simmons. Buddy Hield.
Boo.
Oh, KG, a legend, if you will. Kevin Garnett.
There you go.
Big nasty.
There you go.
And our final. Wait, what? Why is there 5 cards in here?
Wait, you got 5?
I have 5 cards in here. That's weird.
Is that good or bad?
Okay, well, let's go back to the one that's not the specialty, and let's go with Avika Zubak.
I think he made all-team first defense too, I believe.
All right, and then I think this is just a standard parallel of Tobias Harris.
Tobias.
Maybe a silver.
Yeah, you got your silver.
Maybe a silver or something.
Yeah, your silver Prism.
So yeah, that is it for me. So
all right.
Let's see what you got.
Not the greatest Prism pack. So hopefully I might have blown my wad. I did open half this blaster box already. And I will be sharing a card later that I did get in here. But let's see if we can beat it, because that would be my card pull of the week, unless we can beat it right now. So let's see what we can do. All right. We only got four cards in here. So I'm going to open 3 packs with 4 cards each.
You got cheated.
No, you got extra.
I know.
Nice. All right. We're starting off with a base Herbert Jones. Next, we are going with, a silver cracked ice. Bilal Coulibaly. I like that guy's name. I just like saying his name. Silver cracked ice. These are pretty cool.
Those are cool.
Yeah, these are cool. But those are kind of like I'd say your green lasers of Donruss. They're pretty much the same here. We've got an insert of Trae Young. Dominance insert.
Be interesting to see where he ends up this next year.
Right. Yeah, that would be a good pickup for us. I feel like that would be a good pickup for the Kings. Oh, and then an ex-King, of course. And he's posing. Mr. HB, Harrison Barnes. Nothing but love for you, HB. You're a consummate professional. You did what you had to do and did what you could do. I just wish you would have made that one shot against the Warriors. That's it. One shot, buddy. That's all I wanted to make. Oh. And then you come in the next year against the Warriors on the Spurs and make that shot. Go figure. It's because of the laundry he was wearing, buddy.
I mean, let's be honest. We understand that every time somebody leaves the Kings organization, they become a superstar.
Yeah, but HB was a champion before he got here. So
wasn't that Tony Delk that came back and dropped 50 on us, I think, at one point? And I'm like, really?
Yeah, but, he didn't turn into a superstar. That was a one-off.
I know. It just felt like it, though, when you watch him drop 50 on his former team. And you're like, really? That guy didn't play on your team.
Okay, I got 5 cards in this pack.
You got 5 on it?
I got 5 on it. So let's see. I am seeing some color in here, Bird. I just did that on accident. I'm not trying to spoil anything. First card we got is an Eric Gordon. Okay, thanks, Aaron Gordon. Oh, a rookie Matisse Bazelis. Good player. I believe he made his. I think he made first team, all rookie actually this year. He's a good player. Good player. All right, we're gonna keep the nice card here. Next, we got Colby White, Chicago Bulls, and Danny Advia from the Portland Trailblazers. And my green. What do we got here? Green. Jonathan Mobo of the Toronto Raptors. At least it's a rookie card. Yeah, he's not a bad rookie.
Now, are those greens numbered at all, or are they just...
These greens are not. These are kind of like the cracked ice, just your basic prism, I'd say, but green prism. So, all right, looks like we got one more pack here.
Let's get some last pack magic.
Last pack magic, baby. Come on, Prism. Hook me up. Hook up the show. Don't you want to show out for the show? Come on.
I mean, we're trying to promote their product here, and
Right? We're giving you
they
free
should-
promotion. You can't give us
they
good
should at
cards.
least give you an out of 5. I think.
I'll take out a 90 right now, or 190. I don't even care.
Whoa! Aim high and then be satisfied with whatever happens.
Aim high.
Yeah.
You might hit something. All right. Last pack. Here we go. Start off with a Mike Conley. Good player. I like Mike Conley. Oh, he's a professional. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Not like a great card, but he is one of my favorite players. Cracked ice of Mr. Malik Monk.
Nice.
Yeah, Malik. We
Always
love you,
love
Malik.
little Malik,
Cards on
yeah.
blast. We love you, Malik Monk.
We
Hope we
do.
get you on the show one day, but that's a cool card.
Yeah.
I really like that. All right, let's keep this in order for pictures. Next, we got cards that are backwards.
We like
Okay.
backwards cards.
I love backwards cards. So we're going to pull this one off the back here first, which is a Max Strus. Okay. Base card, Max Strus. Nothing exciting there. Let's flip these around and see what we got. We have a silver, just like that silver you had, Jamal Murray.
Okay.
Okay. And another silver. So nothing too crazy with the backwards cards. Cam Reddish of the Los Angeles Lakers. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. But yeah, I mean, 2 prisms, a green, and a couple cracked ices. All right. Not terrible. I did get something better in that blaster box earlier in the week that we'll share coming up later. Are we you got it? No more packs, right? You've already cracked yours.
I have no more packs.
Yeah,
to crack
that
today.
prism one went quick.
Yeah,
All these prism ones go quick, man. And they're like $40 a blaster box.
Yeah. I just bought an individual pack, but yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
All right. So thanks for hanging us. Let's crack that pack. Let's get into our main topic. All right. Well, the NBA playoffs are right in front of us. We are at the NBA Finals. Pacers, Thunder, 2 small market teams that, with some rising stars. You're not seeing your same old names, your Currys, your LeBrons. Those guys are getting old, man. They're on their way out. But, we're going to go ahead and give you what we think is our Mount Rushmore of NBA players and also our local teams, the Sacramento Kings. We're going to go over the Mount Rushmore of that as well. But ushering in kind of this new phase of stars, right? Your Anthony Edwards, your Jalen Brunsons. Those guys are going to be taking over this league pretty soon, man. LeBron's 40. How much longer are you going to play, LeBron? Really? If your knees and back feel anything like mine, dude, for real.
I mean, the guy's. I wish I was anywhere near, like, even a quarter of the shape that the guy's in, though.
Yeah, he's a physical specimen.
I think he wants to play with the younger boy too. Honestly,
He already did.
No, not Bronny, the other one.
Well, I don't even know his other
He
kid's name.
has another. I don't know his name either. Honestly, Bronny's always got all the highlights, but his kid that's just younger than Bronny is not terribly far away from coming into the league.
So he wants to play with both of his sons.
I think so.
Okay. Well, hey, I can't fault the guy. The old man's still out there, still whooping up on these young bucks. But let's go ahead and get to our Mount Rushmore of NBA players. Bird, would you like to go first? You want me to go first? I mean, in the notes, I'm here first, obviously. So it's up to you, buddy. Okay.
I mean, do you want to go positionally, and we'll talk about.
Let's go positionally. That's good.
Okay.
We'll each do 1-1 and then 2-2s. So number 1 for me. Now this is personal. Okay, this isn't like some list. We're gonna give you what AI thinks in a little bit here, but this is our list of our Mount Rushmore players. All right. Players that have had the biggest impact probably on us. I'm gonna start off number 1, playing that point guard spot. The number 1 spot, Mr. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was such a inspiration to anybody under 6 foot tall that played basketball. Okay? Anybody. I don't care who you were, what position you actually did play. If you were under 6 foot, you had mad respect for this guy going out in the trees and just absolutely dismantling people. This guy was a stud. Okay, a stud.
I couldn't agree more. AI was so much fun to watch. I do remember you actually when we were kids really looking up to him, and you were always trying to hit the dribbles on us when we were out playing basketball in the backyard. I'm out there hoping that I don't fall over because I'm like a terrible point guard forward situation.
I mean, that crossover was deadly, man. Deadly.
It
Everybody
was.
remembers the one in his rookie year against Jordan. Okay.
Yeah.
That was like had Michael on skates, man. One of the all-time greatest defenders in the league. So agreed. So, Bird, thank you for throwing this up there. We do have a 1997 Skybox Premium Star Ruby card that we'll throw up on the YouTube so everybody can see. Looks like this thing raw. Is this correct? $14,000 raw?
So
that seems a little high.
I agree. I was using price charting. Otherwise, I think it was a Sports Card Pro when you're dealing with sports cards. But couldn't find any recent sales of that card. So for some reason they had it at like $14K, which I thought was a little bit out of line. But it was definitely, out of the guys we talk about, shockingly high.
Yeah.
As far as card prices go, even compared to some guys that I think would be considered greater players in the community of basketball fans. But this card it's got some value to it.
Agreed. Yeah. And the only reason I'm saying that seems a little high because you got the 9.5 grade. It says about $14,721. So
right.
Yeah, maybe wipe away one of those zeros, maybe 1,400. That sounds a little more reasonable for that card.
Yeah, maybe it was a typo or something.
Yeah, maybe it was a typo or something.
But that's what it said online. I don't know.
Okay. Well, take it for face value. If you want to spend $14K on a card, go for it. I like Allen Iverson, not that much though. So, Bird, who did you have at your number one point guard spot, sir?
So it was tough for me. I am a big fan of Steph Curry. However, I couldn't put him in my point guard spot despite him being a point guard. He also dabbles between point guard, shooting guard. The positions are so blurred nowadays. As when we were growing up, everybody was very much, they had a position, that's what they played. Right. And there's some people on lists when I was looking through these folks for this list, trying to get ideas of who people, because I'm old, I forget things. But
no comment.
Yeah, right. But I went with Magic Johnson. Because when I think of a point guard, I think of someone that distributes the ball. Yes, you're going to score here and there, but your job is to distribute it to people on your team and let them do the scoring. And by doing that, in what I consider, it's always nice when you have kind of a flashy guy that does it. And there wasn't many guys flashier than Magic Johnson with the Showtime Lakers. I mean, the guy, he was a big dude too. He wasn't short. Yeah. And man, he moved and threw some passes that you're like, what?
Right. I'm pretty sure he's 6'9", right?
He's tall. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and it's like LeBron playing point guard nowadays. You know what I mean? When he takes the point, which he does all the time. Yeah.
But it's a different day. And like you said, like the lines are blurred. The team pretty much, you do what you can do for the team, what the team needs. That's why Allen Iverson was so great at his position. They needed that guy to score. What are they going to rely on Eric Snow out there to go out and get you 30? No.
Well,
so.
And the crazy thing is like when I pulled up lists of, on the NBA.com and things like that of the greatest players, because, just to refresh my memory so I don't forget somebody, AI was listed as a shooting guard. And I would never in my lifetime consider him a shooting guard. I would consider him a point guard. Now, I'm not sure if that's what he actually was and listed as, but I can tell you that in my mind, he's always going to be a point guard.
Right. I agree with you 100%. Now, when it comes to shooting guard, there's not much of a variation here between our picks. It's pretty easy for us. It's Mr. Michael Jordan. Yes.
You can't pick anybody else.
I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't make any sense to anybody else. We're going to go ahead and share the most valuable Jordan card there is with you, which is the 1986 Fleer rookie card. Pretty iconic card, Bird. It's got the multi, red, white, and blue color on the outside. I'm sure anybody that knows sports cards knows this card.
So, what's funny is that is definitely a card that everybody knows. But the other one that, I have down on my list is his 85 star card. And that is 84 star. Yeah. So that guy's got some serious value on it too. And that I actually, one of our local shops just got that card. Somebody came in and sold it and they bought it. Wow. So, yeah. So that's sitting in.
I'd like to slap that guy.
You know what, man? Sometimes people just need the money at the time, and or they're done collecting. I see it all the time where people just
call me. You didn't call me.
You couldn't afford it.
You're right.
Good.
You're right.
But Imran took care of it out there at True Cards. So
shout out to Imran. I did speak with him. I was on the True Sports Cards over the weekend trying to get my free Tyler Soderstrom ticket.
Yeah.
You remember when I saw the price of the ticket? I was like, no, I could buy his autograph.
2 weekends. 2 weekends. Yep.
Right. So I tried my hand at it. I got to talk to Whitey and Imran on the air. Didn't quite catch what they wanted, so I just kind of cold called them when I heard they were giving something away for free about Tyler Soderstrom. They were like, "So what's your take?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You're supposed to give us your Kings hot take for the year, and we're going to pick one of the best, and that's who gets the free." Oh, okay. So I gave them my hot take. I basically thought that they'd be trading DeRozan to Miami, and we'd be getting Davion back in part of it. So that was my hot take. I really think that may happen. I at least see DeRozan going somewhere else, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
I think everybody does.
Yeah. That Jordan Fleer 86 rookie card, PSA 10, $187,500. So there you go. Put the smack on it.
Couple bucks. Definitely the highest value card that I think we were going to talk about here today.
Definitely. So, yeah.
Okay.
That kind of takes care of Birds as well, because I believe you had Jordan there as well, right?
I did. Okay. I had Jordan as well, yeah.
That's what I thought. Number 3 for me, I'm going to have to go with probably the greatest wing of all time. I know a lot of people would say LeBron James here, and yes, he holds all the records and blah, 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 but just I'm going off eye test, and if I was picking a team, what I'd want to do, I'm going with Kevin Durant, all right? Okay. This guy has been just an insane scorer. He's like 7 feet plus. I swear to God, this guy's taller than 7 feet. Okay. Playing small forward most of the time. Can shoot the three, can dunk. The dude can do it all. All right. That's why I would go with Kevin Durant. Bird, you're number 3. Who would you put at the 3 slot?
Look, I got mad respect for KD and his gigantic, lanky, thin self.
The Slim Reaper.
He is ridiculous. However, I can't take somebody over LeBron James when it comes to the small forward position. Despite whether people like him or not, the guy has just had such an incredible career, and he's just overall just very, very talented. And, he's definitely a top 5 discussion as far as greatest of all time. A lot of people put him at the 1 spot. I don't personally, but he's pretty damn close. So
he is.
Yeah.
He's definitely all-time flopper in my book. And that's why I kept him off the list.
For the record, Vlade Divac would have a serious argument.
Vlade Divac is nowhere near on this list.
Well, I'm talking about as a flopper.
Yeah. Sir. But he's also European, where that stuff started. And a lot of those guys started playing soccer.
We know soccer is the biggest floppers in the planet.
Where do you think it came from? Yes, that's exactly it. But LeBron, man, some of those, they play some of those slow-mos of him, getting hit in the face where he's on the ground for 20 freaking minutes crying. He didn't even get touched. It's that's what kept him off my list right there.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
All the accolades, sure. Yeah, he's a great player. Dude, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And you do it anyway. And you're teaching these kids out here nowadays that's what they need to do. And I don't agree with that at all. So that's why he's not on my list.
Okay.
Fair enough for you. Absolutely, my friend.
Yeah, no judgment. I have no problem with you making that choice.
All right. Number 4 on my list, playing the power forward slot, is the guy who beat LeBron in his super team, Mr. Dirk Nowitzki. That's right. The greatest white player of all time. Him and Larry Bird. But I think he eventually surpassed Larry. At least, I got to see him play. I didn't see Larry play a whole lot in my life. I was a little kid. I saw him play on the Dream Team, of course, but that was kind of his descension, right? Dirk, that fadeaway, unstoppable, man. I'm sorry. Might be even more unstoppable than Jordan's, just because he got that leg up there, and there was no way to even get close to him. So I'm going ahead with Dirk. Looks like he's got a 2021 Panini Flawless that went for $2,750 raw. Pretty cool looking card right there. We'll go ahead and throw that on the YouTube for everybody. Bert, number 4, baby.
All right. Well, as far as your best white player ever, I think Nikola Jokic might have something to say about that, because I think he's I mean, for a guy that's a center and his size,
he does some
pretty impressive
stuff.
Dude.
He does do some incredible stuff, but I can't put him there yet. I can't put him there yet, dude.
I mean, who doesn't love a good German? Well, wait, some people don't. So I'm going to go, because I grew up watching this guy, and I think he's not much older than us. So, but the big nasty Kevin Garnett is my power forward that I would put on there.
I was torn between those two.
It was tough between Tim Duncan was there too as an option.
Yes.
And Duncan was probably better than both of these guys, but he was boring. And that was for
Nothing
me. I was
flashy.
like,
right.
Yeah. But I mean, the guy was incredible, but he's just,
right.
You weren't looking at him going, man, that is, he's the guy catching my eye. If you were a basketball fundamentalist, yeah, Tim Duncan's your guy.
That's kind of the argument with Sabonis, right? And why he doesn't make All-Star and teams like that. He's just not flashy, but the guy puts up huge numbers every game and just goes about his business. I think Tim Duncan definitely falls in there. But yeah, the big ticket, he was this close to making my list. I mean, this close. I had to go with Dirk, just because he beat LeBron in the finals. That was it.
It's respect. I completely understand it. I love KG's attitude on the court. I like that big, mean, I'm gonna knock you down kind of dude. Like, don't come anywhere near me because you might actually get hurt.
Yeah.
So,
and he's still that way. If I saw him walking down the street, I probably wouldn't say hi to him. I'd be like, KG, and I'd just walk away. Because he's nasty, bro.
What about Giannis?
Giannis, not there yet.
Too soon, right? That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, too soon. Sure, you won a championship.
Right.
You got to show me a little bit more.
Yeah.
It does look like you got a couple of cards that we will share. This Kevin Garnett Upper Deck 1998 game jersey card. Looks kind of raw. It looks affordable, maybe on a good day. $269. But a graded 9.5 will bump that up to 18,000 plus. So pretty cool. Looks like you got a 1996 Skybox EX 2000.
Yeah.
$1,049 raw, graded. Pretty much doubled that. So
that was the most expensive raw one that he had. So I thought that'd be worth putting in there because it wasn't a jersey card kind of thing. It was just kind of a base, not base, but
and I love these older cards because they didn't go crazy with the parallels, the refractors, like
there wasn't a ton of variations.
Right. So you know what you got without having to go search for it first and foremost.
Yeah.
All right. Brings us to the old big man position, the big man slot. And as much as it pains me to kind of pick this guy, he's a good dude, right? And there was nothing against the laundry he did wear, except for it was the wrong color all the time. Right. Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. Okay.
I mean, when he was on the Orlando Magic, it was fine.
It was fine. That was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's beating up on the East Coast. Like, go for it. But as soon as he became a Laker, I had to hate him. It was in the blood. And then just watching what he would do to us every game, it was.
Yeah.
How did anybody ever stop this guy?
They fouled him and made him shoot free throws.
Shaq.
That's how they stopped it,
baby. That's the only way to stop the guy. If he would have learned to shoot free throws, we might be talking GOAT here.
Right, for sure. Yeah. If he was even a 75% free throw shooter, could you imagine the amount of points that guy would have scored in that? I mean, it's just been unbelievable. And more importantly, like on top of just his athletic talent, like I read nothing but good things about this guy and how good he is with people, with kids. Just the most friendly,
philanthropist.
Gentle giant. Philanthropist.
Therapist. Thank you. Yes.
Therapist, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's. I'm pretty sure he's like isn't he like an honorary sheriff or something too? Like
he's got he does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and he's just a genuine good dude who cares. I've seen videos where he'll go in, these kids that I think they were coming into like an Apple store and using the computers every day because that's the only way they could use computers. He went and bought like them laptops like right then and there. Like that's what put Shaq on the list because he's just all around good dude. Yeah. And hell, he's now the general manager of the Sacramento State Hornets as well for basketball.
This is true. Yes.
So
and Mike Bibby is the coach. So
shout out Mike Bibby.
Very exciting.
Our guy.
Very exciting.
Yes.
So saying Shaq is out, as far as if we take Shaq out of it, who's your number 2 center?
This was an easy decision for me. I didn't even think about a number 2 center because of just dominance.
I was doing this because the names that are up at the top of the list are almost so clear cut. I was trying to think. I was like, man, it'd be kind of fun to do a number 2 list. You know what I mean? Like who's your next in line for the Mount Rushmore? If somebody came and blew up the mountain and you had to redo it with new faces, who gets put on that?
Right? So number 2, we didn't get to see most of the big guys play in our day. I mean, those were before our time.
I mean, you got to think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was huge and obviously had the most points scored until LeBron broke it because LeBron played until he was 100.
Right.
He's never going to stop. He's the Tom Brady of basketball. But you had guys like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, which everybody loves Wilt, but at the same time, like he scored 100 points. I'm like, yeah, but there was no 3 seconds in the key when he scored 100 points. So he could just stand there and dunk all over the short guys.
Yeah, he's playing against guys our size, it looks like, out there pretty much. And I know everybody wants to say, the 80s, they were 80s and 90s were a bunch of plumbers. No, they were not. Okay.
Right.
You guys are stupid for saying that. That's just ignorance, just bleeding out of your mouth. But back then that might have been true. That might have been true. The NBA wasn't so well established. People weren't getting paid what they get paid now. Yeah, and he was just a beast among regular men, I guess, so to speak.
Exactly. He was a giant among men.
You know what? For number 2, though, who I'd have to put up there, and I think this is pretty clear-cut for me, Hakeem Olajuwon.
I was just going to say,
the Dream Shake?
There was two names that I was about to mention, and Hakeem was one of them. Mm-hmm. The other one was the Admiral, David Robinson.
And the Admiral was great, but he was nowhere near like the greatest center of all time.
No, he was a name that came to mind when I was thinking of centers. And I think you have to talk about Nikola as far as one of the greatest centers. Like he's 3
MVPs, right?
3 MVPs. He's got a championship. The guy's legit. What he averaged triple-double this year, right? I think.
Doesn't he do that every year?
Not every, but you know what I mean? For a guy that's a center to average a triple-double, pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive.
So,
I have to say. Yeah. And they call Sabonis Diet Jokic. So and that's kind of what he is, man. Think about that.
I have not heard that.
You take away like the really good 3-point stroke and all the half court shots that guy seems to make. Like, I distinctly remember him draining like a 3-quarter shot on the Kings this year. So that's pretty amazing that a 7-footer can play that way and pass that way. But look at Sabonis' dad, Arvydas. Guy was a beast,
incredible.
dude.
One of the
beast.
best big passers I've ever seen in
Absolutely.
my years
and
of watching
we
basketball.
caught him at the end of his career when he was getting older.
Mm-hmm.
In Europe, if you ever go back, I encourage listeners to go back and watch some European Arvydas Sabonis clips. This guy was amazing. He would have been probably the best center of all time if he played in the NBA his entire career. I really think so.
Yeah, the international game has completely changed the NBA, and for the good, and I think for some bad, some good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely changed the way basketball is played.
Oh yeah,
between the Euro step, the 3-pointers with the big guys,
Oh, they've caught us.
Skills.
They've caught up to us, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think they're always going to get onto the top of that mountain, but it's getting harder and harder for us to win that.
Serbians, the French, you got Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama, playing for France now. You got Nikola playing for
Serbia,
and then you got the Canadian team. I saw a thing where they said the dream team, the original one, where everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, they were the greatest thing since sliced bread." There was 11 total players, I think, that were NBA players not on the U.S. team in the entire Olympics. Canada has 9 now. So it's like
one of our guys.
I
think Trey Lyles was on that team from the Kings.
He could have been. But I mean,
SGA.
That's what I mean is the world has caught up because the NBA has become international, which is, it's great to see all the inclusivity and diversity in players. And you have this incredible blending of people.
As it should be. Get the greatest players in the world on there. Now, if they could just fix the damn All-Star game and get these guys to actually play the best pickup game.
They're playing this next year. It's going to be U.S. versus international.
So how are they going
to do that? Silver. They're going to pick the best international players and the best U.S. players and put them against each other.
Okay.
So,
I don't think
I'm not sure it makes
just
a difference.
Go back to the way it was, man. Like the last great All-Star game that they had, everybody wore their own jerseys, I believe. And it was like they had that one camera that went across the court, like sliding with them. I can't remember what year it was. Vince Carter was in it. Kobe, Tim Duncan, Chris Webber was out there. That was like the greatest All-Star game ever. And it's just been downhill since then. They try all these gimmicks. Didn't last year they do like 3 teams or whatever, and then
they have a all-rookie team too.
The all-rookie team, like, come on, man, just stop. But what else can they do to get these guys to freaking compete?
I just think they have to find a way to incentivize them to win.
You know what the incentive used to be? I'm better than you, and I'm here to show you that.
Right.
And I don't like you, and I really gonna bust your ass.
But everybody's buddies now. Nobody hates each other anymore.
Nope. Nobody hates each other anymore. Everything's about showboating.
Yeah, there's no, Knicks and Pacers, Reggie Miller and John Starks going at it. People fighting with crowd. Well, I guess Haliburton's dad kind of fights with people, but overall, it's just a different world that we live in.
That's a problem too. What's up with all these dads getting involved all of a sudden? Are your kids not men? They can't take care of themselves. You got John Morant's dad looking like Usher on the sideline to every game. Like, what's going on, man? Stay out of your kids. They're men. They're in the NBA. They're probably paying for everything you have, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Butt out.
Right.
Yeah, they're not kids anymore, man. You're not at their AAU game getting mad at the referee for making a bad call. This is the NBA. Leave them alone. Watch the game.
Facts.
Sit on the sidelines. So we had some legendary performers in the NBA Finals. We'd like to just acknowledge some of their accomplishments and the greatness that it provided, the entertainment it provided us, and all of their hard work in the final to get even to that point and then to excel in that point. Bird definitely did his research here. I want to thank you, my man, because, my back's been bad. I know that doesn't really help with the research part. I still could have done that, I'm sure. But
that's okay.
Yeah, the week's been pretty bad because of this. Mr. LeBron James in 2017, Game 6, had 41 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 blocks. Was that the game where one of those blocks was the chase down block?
Chase down, I think so.
Was that game?
And they were down 3-1 in that series, and that took them to a Game 7. So pretty impressive performance on a closeout game. where you're fighting for your life. He
Absolutely,
really
man.
went nuts.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2021 Game 6, 50 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 blocks. Boy, he wasn't really passing the ball much now, was he? But he didn't need to and he went 17 of 19 on free throws?
Yeah, that was the year they were giving him a hard time because he wasn't making his free throws, and he
Not a strong suit.
showed everybody.
Was that the year where they started counting when he got the ball? The crowd would count.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because he would hold the ball so long. That was great.
That was after the bubble year. So that was the year after bubble. So
Mr. Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy, 2020 finals, game 3, had 40 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds. Played pretty much the whole game, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That game must have been in overtime, right? No, it's a 48-minute game. So
48 minutes.
Only sat a little bit. Jimmy, he comes out in the playoffs unless he's wearing a Golden State Warriors jersey, apparently. We also got Mr. Jimmy Butler, game 5. Looks like he came back out again.
He
scored 35, 11, and 12. Wow, triple-double there.
That's where you got the playoff Jimmy moniker that he has at this point. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible what he did in that series particularly. So.
Unfortunately, never did win himself a championship. I don't believe, right?
I don't think so.
No, Jimmy's never won one. He's been to a couple. Mr. Tim Duncan in the 2003 NBA Finals, Game 6, 32 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 blocks, and 3 steals. That is a full stat line, my friend.
Yeah, the 20 rebounds is just, and he did it another game. I didn't put that one in there, but a game later in that, or in a different year where they were in the finals, he had a 21 rebounds.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow.
Like I said, Mr. Fundamentals.
The Big Fundamental. Wasn't that his nickname?
I don't know if that's what his
nickname was. I'm pretty
sure
his nickname was the Big Fundamental.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, these next two you're going to talk about are the ones that really impressed me.
Really impressive.
I was looking it up. I went, holy crap.
Probably the most memorable finals game ever. The Michael Jordan 1993. This was the flu game, correct?
I believe that was in that series as well. This is his average.
Yes. Okay, now I'm seeing this. He averaged 41 points in the finals.
Yeah.
You know what else is funny? You know what Michael Jordan's average is in Game 7s?
No.
0, because he didn't play in any. None.
That checks out.
That's GOAT talk right there, okay? Sorry, LeBron. Never played in a Game 7, sir. Never. But it looks like he did average 41 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, and a little over a steal and a half per game in the 1993 finals. That was peak Michael Jordan. That was right before he retired for the first time, correct?
I think so. I think he retired in 90. I think he might have retired after that.
It was right after that because he started playing he wanted to go play baseball.
So I want to say he came back in 95 or 96 to play with it
was 95.
Wizards it was 95, right?
No, he came back to the Bulls wearing the 45. And
right,
it was I think it was halfway through the year or 3/4 through the year where he came back, and they ended up losing to Orlando that year in the playoffs. And that's the year that Shaq and Penny went to the finals, I believe. And then the year Jordan came back, as soon as he brought that 2-3 back out, the whole league was like, whoop, we're screwed. So, and that's exactly what happened, man. He came out and he made the league his biatch.
Yeah. And everybody talked about the next year after he retired that the Bulls, I think, had 50 plus wins. And so that's everybody's argument against him being the GOAT is, the team without him was still, a playoff contender and all this stuff. I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
How far did they go in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Did they win the championship?
No.
I know. Scottie Pippen, your best player. He's a good player. But no.
He was a good player.
Yeah. And then we have finally Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, the big Shaq dog, in the 2000 finals, averaging 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game. That's insane. Average almost 40 points.
Yeah. I mean, there's only a few people that have got anywhere near. I mean, Michael being one of them, him the other. I'm not sure there's anybody else that's averaged like that.
I got a feeling, though, you could give the ball to Shaq on every possession. He could score. The dude probably could have scored, so many more points than that. But at the end of the day, you're just looking like a ball.
You got to
hog.
remember, he had Kobe.
And he had
too,
Kobe.
And he still got 38 points.
Right.
So
there's no need to give him the ball every time when you got Kobe
right.
and God forbid the most hated player. You know what? Okay, I have to mention this. I did see a list, and it had every NBA team on there and their most hated foe. Right? For the Kings, it said, no joke, said LeBron James. I'm like, what?
No.
What?
No.
Who the hell made this list? The answer is clear and dear. It is Robert Horry. Okay? I guarantee you every single Kings fan that's at least our age, maybe even a little younger, would agree with me. It's Robert Horry. Okay?
Yeah.
So, kid, whoever the hell made that list, you're wrong, buddy. We got nothing against LeBron here in Sacramento. Nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, there's
So
no
I had to
reason
bring that up.
He's not even divisional. Like, he's not even the same conference. It doesn't. No.
Well, Bird, that brings us to the end of our NBA talk for the day. I think we can share some cards, though, some wonderful stacks. Maybe we get okay. You want to get into it, buddy? Let's get into it.
Get into it.
Let's get into it.
And now, time for What You Got in the Stack.
One of these days, I'm going to catch Bird on the video getting down to the beats, baby. I love it. I love that. All right. Duffman asks, what you got in the stack? Bird, share. Please show us what you got in your stack today, my friend.
Well, when I first got back into collecting here last year, I went and got some cards graded because I thought it'd be fun to get some cards graded. They didn't come back very good. They're not worth very much, but they're cool cards. So I brought in 4 cards from that submission, and 2 of them are the aforementioned Michael Jordan, and the other 2 are Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
And for those of you that weren't our age, Little Penny was the man. Remember Little Penny?
Hey, Penny.
That's right. That's right. Little Penny. He's like, what's up, Little Penny? That's what it was. So I brought in some cards. I got the 92 Ultra Michael Jordan near mint 7 PSA. So got that. Right. So you guys can check it out here on the YouTube. I got a 92 Topps Michael Jordan. And that is that guy right there. And it's a near mint 7 as well. Hard to see in this lighting, but
all licensed, right? I don't think they did the whole licensing thing back then, right? Like everybody had access to the team names and stuff.
Yeah, I think so, because both these have Bulls on the front of the jerseys, number, everything. So
weird.
Yeah.
I wonder when that
and
started.
Then the other 2 are Penny Hardaway, and one's the 1994 Emotion Penny Hardaway, or Anthony Hardaway. For those
I was going to say, does it say Anthony or Penny on the card?
It says Anthony.
It does say Anthony. Okay.
Yeah, so that is that guy.
Nice. Yeah,
Penny
was dope.
He was a guy I really enjoyed watching play ball back in the day. And then this one's the 1994 Upper Deck SE, the special edition Anthony Hardaway, and this is more of a specialty from that set.
Ooh,
so
nice.
And that's a near mint 8.
There you go.
So
there you go. So it seems like all those cards you hold on to is like, it's tough to get a 10, man. It's tough when you've had these cards for 20 plus years before you get them graded.
Yeah, and grading wasn't really a thing back then. That wasn't, it was probably in its early stages, but nobody really talked about it in the hobby.
Right.
It wasn't like it is now where you have 1 million cards submitted a month, that kind of crap.
So what I got in my stack today, yes, I'm sticking all NBA too, trying to stay on theme here. First and foremost, I may have shared this one before, but now I've gotten it back from grading. And it did come back a 10, a Gem Mint 10 Bird. And I believe there's only 3 of these in population at the moment. And I think I have the only 10, honestly. There's 2 others that are 9s. But it is a case hit of LeBron James, high voltage out of the NBA Hoops premium stock.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a case hit. Came back Gem Mint 10. Probably the best card I have pulled. And this was probably one of the first premium stock boxes I ever opened, which is kind of crazy. So Little luck involved. You don't get a case hit every day. It's the only one I've ever gotten. Next, I got in my stack a Victor Wembanyama rookie from the same premium stock. I really do like these cards. I like now it's a silver prism rookie. This came back at Gem Mint 10 as well. Boom.
Nice.
See, when you open them right out of the pack, you sleeve them and then you ship them. You almost don't have anything to worry about. You don't have 20 years of grubby hands getting on your cards.
Right. or plastic from your card binders that stuck to them.
Exactly. And they've been sitting in storage for 15 years. Last, but definitely not least, and I just shared with you today on the text thread, I just ordered another one of these. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, this one I had graded. It is of $199, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, of $199. This is a red seismic prism Chet Holmgren hoopla. And that came back a Gem Mint 10 too. So I got really lucky on a lot of these premium stocks, man. All of them. Everything I sent in for premium stock except the Scoot Henderson rookie I got came back a 9. A little off center, I believe, if I graded myself correctly. But yeah, these are some of the things I got in my stack, some of the grading I got back recently. I did send some more in. It says it's going to be ready in August.
I know.
Okay, PSA. Okay. I don't believe him, brother.
65 days, what I saw earlier today, still on that route.
We'll see, because it's been I sent it in the beginning of May. I think they received it May 6th.
Yeah.
And it's now a month later. It's still in research and development.
Yeah.
The pictures aren't even available to look at least not yet.
Although if you're in R&D, at least it's moving. It's not just arrived.
Sure.
So that's good.
Yeah. So they're in process. I had to ship 2 different packages, basically. Well, 2 different, they were in the same package, but they were 2 different orders because apparently you have to send autographs in a different case, whatever. So there were a couple autographs in there that I sent in. But other than that, that's all right. Cards don't go anywhere, Bird. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Right. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And as soon as I get those back, maybe those will be the next share in the stack. But you're going to have to wait till probably September for that, people. All right, Bird. One more segment, my brother. Card pull of the week. Hope you're ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for Card Pull of the Week.
Man, I was really trying to best my card pull of the week. I opened, let's say too much this week. Let's just say too much. But I went and made some extra cash on the weekend. I'm like, hey, what the hell? Let's go make some cash. I'm going to spend it all on cards. Literally spend it all on cards. So what I did pull this week was out of that Prism blaster box that I opened the remainder of. But I did pull a LaMelo Ball red seismic prism.
Nice.
Okay, and this is let me take a look at that here, of $299. Okay, nice. So serial numbered. Yeah, pretty cool. I was hoping for something a little better, but LaMelo's cool, and hell, it could have been a Lou Dort card, I guess. Right? So I'll take LaMelo. I do have a couple more. Hold on, because I did pull some good cards.
You're doing card pulls of the week.
Yes, because these all came out this week, so why not? And it pertains to the NBA Finals. This is from the Monopoly Prism, which are pretty much the exact same cards. They just slap the Monopoly logo on there. They do a little bit different on the grading system on the back, but Mr. Tyrese Haliburton in the red, nice. I think multi-wave. I believe this is the multi-wave.
Yeah, that's so well right now because everybody's all over Tyrese. So.
Yeah, I see the multi-wave gleaming. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Tyrese. And then one last one I pulled was just a Stephon Castle red rookie card. Since he did win Rookie of the Year, we'll go ahead and throw him in there. Yeah. I think that guy's going to be a hell of a player.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. All right, Bird's up for his card pull of the week, but I don't think he stayed on theme.
I did not stay on theme. I did open some basketball this week, and they were absolutely awful. So I could not, in good conscience, make them a card pull of the week because they were terrible.
Don't blame you.
However, my son had his birthday this past week, and on a whim, I stopped by a Target and picked him up a box of Century Stampede Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which is why we kind of highlighted that earlier, talking about Yu-Gi-Oh coming out. Yu-Gi-Oh is a thing that doesn't really keep its value very well. However, this particular card, I didn't even know he pulled it out of there. I just happened to go through his cards after he'd opened the box that he got had 5 packs in it. And this card, we will have that up on the YouTube. I sent JT a picture of it earlier. But the Dragon Master Magia card, which is a highly sought after card in that game set because of its ability and how strong it is. I saw it and I was like, I recognize the name. And this is what's called a ultimate rare. There's multiple rarities in this set of each card. So like each card has its own, probably has an equivalent of about 5 variations per card. So it's hard sometimes to tell which one's which, but best I can tell, this is a ultra rare, which is actually kind of a lower end rare. But this card grade in a PSA 10 comes back at about $400, and I already have set it to be sent off to PSA.
There you go.
Because the centering on it was really, really good. The corners looked really, really good.
See, and you should be able to at least get a good yourself, right? You should be able to at least look at it yourself and determine some of this stuff is within where it needs to be.
Yeah, and I actually took it to a local shop and had them take a look, and they're like, "Yeah, the centering's good on it.
You can
the
do
corners
that.
Look good." You know,
those guys they don't want to charge you. They'll give you their honest input. I'm guessing on that, right? And I'm looking at this card here on your where you shared it here on the note. Really cool. I love dragons, man. You know, I'm a huge fan of dragons. Maybe I should get into something like that. But Dragon Master looks like he's commanding all these dragons.
Yeah, that's
sweet.
Pretty much.
That's really cool.
But so that's the card. You guys go see it, check it out. Like I said, when we do a Yu-Gi-Oh special, I'll bring in a lot more cards because there's some really pretty spectacular artworks that come with that set, that series.
Nice. Maybe I'll have to just go out on a whim, maybe buy some. You said this was Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, man. Maybe I'll have to go out on a whim and just kind of check it out, man. See, yeah, you're gonna have to tell me if whatever I pull is worth it or not. If who knows, man. So who knows? Hey, thanks for hanging out with us on Cards on Blast. If you're a new listener, welcome. Thanks for hanging out to the end of the show. If you're a seasoned vet with us, because we are on show 11 now. So if you've caught every show, hey, man, thank you so much. We hope you continue to listen. Bird, let them know where you can find us on the socials, please.
Oh, man, as I always say, come find us on YouTube. You get to see our beautiful faces here on all the reactions and how we behave on the air. But if you can't find us on YouTube or you don't have the time, you need to listen to us in the car. We're on Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify. And come hit us up on Instagram. Tell us about your favorite finals NBA player. Tell us if you want to talk about Portugal, Spain soccer in the UEFA Nations League. Portugal got the win, by the way, in penalty kicks. It was pretty incredible. Come check us out. Come see
check us out. That's
talk
right.
to us. Ask us questions. Make comments.
That's right.
Tell us we're wonderful, awful, whatever.
Whatever. We'll take it all. We might start giving away some card boxes here, incentivize some listening. So if you want to win yourself some card boxes, stay tuned. Also, we will be putting out some videos, probably of breaking of cards we break out of some pack openings. So keep your eye out for that as well. Other than that, hey, Bird, we're done, man. Episode 11 in the books, baby.
That's it, brother. Take care of that back, and we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Hey, everybody out there in the world, we'll see you next week.
Okay. All right. No, seriously, I think I'm done. Ooh, I think we're done. I think that's good. You finished?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the f*** are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?